What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to cover my brand new rank 4 7-star champion, that is Crossbones. Crossbones is absolutely insane. I highly recommend having Crossbones at a pretty decent SIG level, at least SIG 100 or potentially more. And in addition to running him at a decent SIG level, I recommend the Black Widow relic. That is the relic to run for Crossbones. Every time Crossbones fails an ability from the opponent's defensive abilities, he gains a precision passive. And every time Crossbones would crit, he gains a fury buff. So you can see where that can get pretty wild. Going to trigger my overrun. In overrun, Crossbones bypasses all positive physical resistance from the opponent. I'm going to throw a heavy attack here, go for a little stand-up, and this special 2 is enough to absolutely annihilate that small Rhino. That was 30 seconds there with a little bit of chip damage because I did block a hit of the special 2, but honestly, blocking a hit to get a 30-second takedown with Crossbones, it's fine by me. So, Crossbones shrugs debuffs, as you were seeing in this fight against Rhino here. When I get the traumas on me, I have a very high chance to just shrug those debuffs off. Going to bait Rhino's heavy attack there, throw a special 1. Now, Rhino is not a hero. Rhino is obviously a villain. If Rhino were a hero, I would be getting more Furies when I would throw that special 1. Every time I throw a heavy attack, I pause my Furies. So it's a really nice combo to go for a heavy, go for a full combo into a relic, into another heavy attack. Gonna go for a little bit of a parry there into my special 2, and the fight against Rhino is over again. 43 seconds there for that Rhino, just no problem. Let's look at another matchup in the Science class specifically. Let's go fight Spider-Woman, and then we might leave the Science class and head over to potentially the Mutant class or something else. Because Crossbones, it pretty much works in most classes. There's some matchups that you can't really do with Crossbones, but for the most part, there are not a lot of matchups Crossbones cannot take. Purifying those Debilitate debuffs. And as you can see, I'm going to go for a special 1 here, and I'm going to gain 3 Furies instead of the traditional 1 that you gain. Going to throw another special 1. Go for a little heavy attack. Deck Spider-Woman special 1. And that is all she wrote. So, again, 31 seconds for that fight. Crossbones, he's got the willpower from the severe debuffs if you don't end up shrugging off the fumble by throwing a special attack. And if one of the debilitates sticks around, you also have willpower from that. Crossbones does have pretty high block proficiency, but just for the sake of letting you all know, like, pro strats for Crossbones. Let's go right into the Mutant class, because I want to show off a matchup that is just so crazy for Crossbones. Shout out to Liam for showing off this matchup, and Andy as well. They both have shown off this matchup quite a bit. Mr. Sinister. This is a matchup that Crossbones takes pretty well, and the reason being is Crossbones doesn't land any critical hits. So as long as you don't get unbelievably unlucky against Mr. Sinister and trigger like two Mystic prompts, you can build up your Furies against Mr. Sinister, bait Sinister's special 1, go for a little heavy counter, go for a special 2. I'm going to charge my Furies, throw a heavy again, and then Mr. Sinister's dead. This is it. He's actually legitimately dead from this combo. If I wanted to be extra safe, I would have baited the special 2 there, but Crossbones gets it done. You're adding like 3 seconds to that fight. 95% health, roughly, give or take, you know, a couple of health percentages up or down. He takes that fight very, very well. Even if Mr. Sinister does throw a special 1, the purification reduction happens like intermittently. It's not an immediate application of the 100% reduction. So you have a chance to shrug off the first, the second, and even the third debuff, even though the chance goes higher for Mr. Sinister to prevent it. The first or second debuff that gets applied to you, at least from the Special 1 and Special 2 on their initial activation, the higher the chance you have to purify it, at least in the initial matchups. But Crossbones still handles that fight beautifully. And there are other matchups in the Mutant class that Crossbones can do. Not like the best of the best matchups, but a matchup that Crossbones is actually pretty solid for is Gentle. So Gentle is another character that you don't want to be landing critical hits against, because he can just prevent you from landing crits in general with that reinforced passive. But as long as you're not baiting a Special 2 from Gentle, you're pretty much fine. And even if you do bait a Special 2, if you're in Overrun, you bypass the opponent's positive physical resistance. So let's actually show that off. We're going to go for a heavy. We turned off the Unstoppable. We also turned off the physical vulnerability. So I'm going to go for a heavy again. And a full combo into my Special 3. And that's Gentle, a very tricky mutant defender taken out by Crossbones in just about 40 seconds. Yeah, just about 40 seconds. So the things that Crossbones can do and the way he shuts down an entire class is nothing short of absolutely miraculous. So let's finish off here with an Abyss fight against Thing specifically. So Thing is a hero, so Crossbones is going to get more of a benefit from throwing his Special 1, and just in general, the ability accuracy reduction is higher against hero champions than every other character. So Crossbones only needs 3 Furies to prevent hero ability accuracy by 100%, whereas against any other character without synergies, it is 5 or more. He also gets 3 Furies when he throws his Special 1 when fighting heroes. And again, without synergies. Against all other characters, it's just 1. So let's throw a Special 1 again. And this is no synergy, no boost here. This is just Crossbones with the 5-star Black Widow Relic. Get that beeper going. Heavy off, 44k heavy attack. You're not always going to land the stand-up intercept with Crossbones' heavy knockdown because it does push the opponent back pretty far, but you're going to land it more often than not as long as you're playing rather aggressive. We only have 13 Furies right now. I have not been throwing as many Special 1s, but it doesn't matter. I mean, this is a very quick ramp-up. And Thing is already down almost 50% health. Our basics are dealing upwards of 20,000 damage. Throw the heavy. Throw the Special 3. Crossbones' Special 3 grants him a precision buff, or if you nail the perfect bonus, a precision passive, which stacks on top of the 99 precisions the Black Widow Relic can grant Crossbones, which just makes him an absolute menace. And as you can see, I've got 32 Furies right now. Every time I land a critical hit, I gain another Fury. I'm not even close to like the max amount of Furies Crossbones could have. Thing is triggering his protection. It doesn't matter. I'm throwing my Special 2. We finally hit 99 on our precision, but by the time we fully ramp the Black Widow Relic, Thing is dead in 1 minute and 56 seconds. Prevented the rock stacks, prevented the unstoppable, prevented the protection. Everything was shut down by Crossbones. This guy's nuts, man. This guy is the real deal, and I'm so happy to finally have him at rank 4. So, thank you so much for watching this video on my brand new rank 4 Crossbones. I've got one more video coming out with a new rank 4 thanks to that Supreme Collection bundle. I'm not sure when that one's going to drop, but you can expect it probably sometime next week or maybe this weekend. I might do a Cyber Weekend overview video prior to making that other rank up video. But in any case, thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel and also hitting that like button. I really appreciate that. I'll catch you in the next one.